Planet 9 may already have been found according to a new study suggesting, since its launch in April 2018, NASA Transiting Exoplanet Survey Satellite TESS for short, found a number of exoplanets, including a so-called missing link and an exoplanet with 3 suns, but a new study suggests the $200 million satellite may have also discovered the mysterious Planet 9. The research published in Research Notes of the AAS notes that TESS is able to take multiple images on the same spot in space, potentially locating trans-Neptunian objects, also known as TNOs. Since TESS is able to detect objects at approximately 5 pixel displacement and Planet 9 has an expected magnitude of 19, the possibility is raised that TESS could discover it, the authors wrote in the study. What TESS is doing is starting at regions in the sky for months at a time. It's staring at months at a time, the study leads author says. Harvard University astrophysicist Matt Holman said in an interview with Fox News, he said it's looking for exoplanets, and you can find those by looking at the paths of those host stars. And while it's doing that, it collects images one at a time, and it can look for objects in our solar system. Holman adds, the main thing I don't think people realized before is if you have a small telescope like TESS, you can combine images and find faint objects. TESS is in space, so it does not have to deal with Earth's atmosphere getting in the way of its 4 cameras, Holman says, and it's a stable platform. The researchers tested the idea that TNOs can be found using prediction motion, adding in expected values of distance and orbit motion. They use software with 3 known TNOs, Sedna 215BP519 and 215BM518, and found that it should work on an object with a near-infrared magnitude of approximately 21. And according to Sci-Fi Wire, Planet 9 could have a near-infrared magnitude between 19 and 24, making it possible that TESS may have already observed it. Holman notes that TESS has already looked at an entire southern hemisphere, making the chances nearly 100% that Planet 9 has already been observed if it's in that part of the sky. If it's in the northern hemisphere, we're not there just yet, he said. TESS, which launched April 2018, replaced the Kepler telescope, which started to malfunction towards the latter part of last year and was eventually retired. And after rediscovering more than 2,600 planets, including 8 Earth-sized exoplanets. TESS found its first exoplanet 7 months later in April 2019. It found its first Earth-sized planet. Evidence of Planet 9. A hypothetical planet that has been described as the solar system's missing link, Planet 9, also known as Planet X or Nibiru, has been part of the lexicon for several years. First mentioned in 2014, it was brought up again in 2016 when Caltech astrophysicist Mike Brown and Konstantin Batygin first wrote about this. In October 2017, Batygin said that there are 5 different lines of observational evidence that point to the existence of Planet 9. The 5 lines of evidence are 6 known objects in the Kuiper Belt, all of which have elliptical orbits that point in the same direction. The orbits of the objects are all tilted the same way, 30 degrees downwards. Computer simulations that show there are more objects tilted with respect to the solar plane. Planet 9 could be responsible for the tilt of the planets in our solar system. The plane of the planet's orbit is tilted about 6 degrees compared to the sun's equator. Some objects from the Kuiper Belt orbit in the opposite direction from everything else in the solar system. No other model can explain the weirdness of this high inclination orbits, Batygin said. At the time, it turns out that Planet 9 provides a natural avenue for their generation. These things have been twisted out of our solar system plane with the help of Planet 9 and then scattered inward by Neptune. In October 2017, NASA released a statement saying that Planet 9 might be 20 times further from the Sun than Neptune is. going so far as to say that it's now harder to imagine our solar system without a planet 9 than with one. Some researchers have suggested the mysterious planet may be hiding behind Neptune, and it may take up to 1,000 years before it's actually found. 2 studies published in March 2019 offered support for this existence. However, a separate study published September 2019 suggested the theoretical object may not be a giant planet hiding behind Neptune, but rather a primordial black hole. I mean, that's even worse, obviously. The study published in January 2019 suggests that some of the farthest celestial bodies in our planetary system are not being impacted by this yet-to-be-discovered planet, but rather another mysterious object in the echoes of space. So they still have to figure out what it is. This is by Chris Siakia, Fox News, and it's on Bended Reality. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Finally, support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.